Hit it,
Question
lady.
number 1 comes from Lindsay. Lindsay
A lot
says,
of BS this episode.
Yes. Lindsay says, I've been working with my 2 male Weimaraners on e-collar for a month now, and they're doing great. Did you hear that? I actually pronounced the name right.
Weimaraners.
Weimaraners. They can be hard-headed sometimes, so we're still learning the non-negotiable part of this whole training thing. My question is that my younger one, who's 3, almost 4, has a really strong prey drive. He'll chase after other dogs, especially smaller submissive ones, like terrified puppies, and nip at their neck and bellies.
Bratty
No
pants.
teeth or growling, but just bullying and intense chasing behavior like the other dogs.
We call that shitty behavior.
Like the other dogs are rabbits or squirrels, and he only picks the dogs who absolutely don't want to play in this way. The solution has been to leash walk everywhere if the other dogs are around, which works really well because they're great on leash now.
Right.
If we go to the dog park, I keep him on his leash and he's perfectly fine. How do I train my knucklehead boy to greet gently and kindly and not terrorize other dogs? I've been too afraid to just see what happens even on an e-collar because I don't want to have another incident of him scaring another dog.
Right.
We're getting ready to move to Portland where he will be around many more dogs and will be open boarded at a facility out there. I want him to be a sweet greeter by the time we move in 2 months. Thank you guys so much. Your methods have already changed my life and relationship with my dogs, and I can't wait to learn more. Oh, Lindsay, that's so
love
sweet.
Love it, Lindsay.
So nice.
Okay, cool. Let me jump in.
Jump.
Okay, do I have a timer? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If I wouldn't have said it, I could have maybe dodged the
I like
timer.
your profile pic, Lindsay. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
Sorry I peep all you guys. It's just
Yeah. So
public.
if you think you're gonna like get away with her not knowing who you are,
public.
Good luck.
She's a yoga instructor.
Okay. So great question, Lindsay. First thing I'd do is I'd work really hard on creating a super bomb-proof recall, right? So you're 2 weeks in, if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks into e-collar training.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me check.
Yeah, just double check. But I'm pretty sure you're 2 weeks into e-collar training.
No, for a month. That she has two male Weimaraners.
Two male Weimaraners, and she's in for a month. Okay, you're still pretty early. It's still pretty early in the process. So what I'd look to do is I'd look to build an absolute immaculate bomb-proof recall, and that I would like. I think you said the recall was kind of like not like fantastic. I would want to do that in the house to start. Then I'd want to start doing it out around more distractions, long line on the dog at all times. You can use a 50-footer. Then I would want to move out around seeing other dogs at a distance, recalling your dogs from a short distance, 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, 25, 30 feet, recalling your dog off of dogs over and over and over and over again until you get absolute confidence that your dog will recall away from a dog no matter what. And if you have to use higher levels to make that happen, then absolutely, once you've fairly trained recall or any of these other commands, it's time to say accountability time in order to change the state of mind. You keep undermining or underwhelming, not undermining, but underwhelming the dog with lower corrections, and he's going to keep prioritizing like, I love to chase, I love to go do this stuff. So this is kind of a double-pronged approach. I want this recall to be bomb-proof because I want you to be able to practice, because there's a big psychological shift for dogs when they want to do something and you can recall them away from it over and over and over again. It takes the juicy, like, this whole kind of anticipation and build-up. It really dismantles that. Now, once you get that done and you can actually get your dog to recall away from dogs really, really reliably, then you eventually want to lose the long line. I know it can be scary, but once you've got a good recall, you should be really solid, and your dog should be pretty damn solid. You may even want to start with just one dog as you do this. Yeah. And then you're going to start putting your dog around other dogs, and what I want you to do is you can practice both recalling them away, but I also want you to practice anytime you see bullying silliness from your dog, which is like, you know what it looks like, paw over the back, head over the shoulder, ramrodding other dogs, or just pressuring and pushing these dogs that are like, man, I don't want anything to do with it. It's super unfair and it's super crappy behavior. What people don't understand is that once you've trained fairly with the e-collar and your dog's conditioned to it, you can absolutely, and we do it all the time, use like lower level corrections to say, knock off the crap. Now, you don't have to say anything, you don't have to create a command to it, no freaking leave it, no like anything else. All you have to do is be in range of your dog, watch what he's doing. Your dog goes over to hassle another dog, and like Laura does it all the time with like, if Cujo is like, he's got a thing for Manny and he likes to like kind of pressure pressure. It's not bad-natured, but it's annoying for Manny. All she does is tap the button and he goes, whoa, I shouldn't be around Manny. I want you to think about it like that. I want you to think about, like, with this fantastic collar, this e-collar, once your dog understands it, he's not going to think it's the other dog biting him. Don't blow his mind at 100. Start low and feel it out. And when he starts to get snotty or nasty, tap that button. Don't say anything. Stay calm. And you should see a change, right? He's going to go paw over, correction, and he's going to go, whoa, that's uncomfortable. Or head over, correction, that's not so comfortable. Or barreling into another dog, pop, oh, that's not so comfortable. And then recall him away. I would go for a real combination of practicing both of those. So like intimate interactions, behave yourself and be polite, but also when I call you, get your ass over here away from other dogs. I'm cursing a lot this one. I'm pulling off the gloves.
Weimaraners.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to keep up with you from last week when you laid it all out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right? Remember who was it that said, like, I guess I don't have to be shy around Laura. So anyways, this is where we let it all hang out. But that's what I would do, and I'm telling you, I've worked with my own dogs and I've worked with a ton of other dogs, that it's super easy to start cultivating better choices with the e-collar. That's what's so great about it.
It's really disempowering for an empowered dog to always have to be what Sean says, like the hop to, like, oh, where do you want me to come? Oh, you want me to come to you? Oh, okay. Like your dog that's out there pushing around the other dogs and being a bully, all of a sudden he has to come to you when he's called every single time. He's like, oh, it just changes the game. It's like if you see a bully on the playground with kids and all of a sudden the teacher comes out and the bully's like, oh,
no, I got it.
Not fear, but just like, oh, I'm going to act normal. Yeah. And I think the other thing, are you done?
I'm great. I may jump back in if I'm inspired.
Please jump. I was just going to say, my guess is that this isn't the only place he acts a fool. So I know for Cujo, it certainly doesn't live in a vacuum. There are a lot of places that and Cujo's more good-natured about stuff, but the parts where
he's not looking to fight or
he's not looking to, like, he's just like, oh, playtime. But like, I would say that you're probably, oh my God, we never introduced the show. I just remembered.
Jeez. But after this question, we'll introduce it, then maybe we'll like and reinsert it.
Basically,
we're so unprofessional.
Yeah. Basically, we have, if there are other moments where your dog's being a bully, I can imagine they are. I don't know if it's
or even just pushy, pushy in the crate, thresholds on the walk, anything like that. All that stuff. And just to close that out, that's really good information. Look for your dog in all contexts to be really polite. But here's the thing, as you build this recall, build it fairly and slowly until it's bomb-proof. And that's why I said long line on, no dogs around, no distractions, get that rocking, then start to add more distractions, then add dogs, short distances, longer distances, until your dog can be walking by another dog. You call him, boom, heads right back. That's the work I want you to do. You should be able to knock this out in a month and have dogs that you're like, wow, I've got the best dogs on the block.
Definitely.
Cool.
And yeah, that real quick, just a quick note on just what we do at a board and train.
Yeah.
If I got your intake form, your contact form, and you talked to me on the phone, you wanted to do a board and train, and hey, he pesters other dogs, and this is what he does. You gave me that exact thing that you wrote on there. We wouldn't bring your dog in and be like, okay, let's get all the little dogs that don't want to play with him. Let's put him in the play yard. Let's get him out there and let's correct for that stuff. No. We would definitely work on that stuff, but it'd be towards the end, towards after all the foundation was done. And you as a consumer, as a client might be like, but you have to work that stuff because that's the problem. No, the problem is what's going on up here for him. So what we would do is work all the obedience, all the duration work around distractions, place command. No, you can't get up to go get a drink of water when you want.
Right.
You start chipping away at those moments where he's being a little pushy, a little bratty, a little entitled, and you start to see less stuff in the play yard. We start chipping away at that stuff first. Oh my God, I look terrible. Why would you do that?
It's a little selfie, a little Q&A selfie.
We start, you start chipping away at that stuff, and then you see less stuff in the play yard with that stuff. But
yeah, just to close that out, it's comprehensive. No, but I mean, like what Laura's saying, just to finish this up, it's comprehensive, right? You got to do specifics, but you have to do mindset, state of mind stuff as well. Cool. We're really out.
Bang.